table to grab the thing that went off in Charlie Kirk's throat. Because remember, I did a few videos about how it wasn't a sniper. It was a thing that was under his shirt that shot into his neck. That's what killed Charlie Kirk. This is more proof. He jumped across the table to grab the thing and he put it in his pocket. Hence another reason why I am proving that he was not hit by a sniper. So when he jumped across the table, he reached down and grabbed the thing that popped Charlie Kirk's throat. Watch. Put it on the big screen. So he jumped across the table. It's going real slow, right? He reaches down. Look at the guy in the checkerboard shirt. He got it. The guy on the ground in the black just handed it to him. Watch this. He grabbed it and puts it in his pocket. Right there. Runs off. He's gone. But then the other guy grabs something else. Watch this. He kneels down. So it's two different guys. Pay attention to this situation here first. They pull out the thing that popped his neck. Popped Charlie Kirk's throat. He pulled it out of his shirt and he hands it to him and runs off. So that's the first guy. Now watch this. This guy in the brown runs up, touches him on the shoulder with one hand, and watch the other arm. He sticks it in his pocket. That's it right there. He literally says he gave him the remote detonator. Remember, everybody thought I was crazy when I said it was an air-actuated pellet discharger that popped Charlie Kirk in the throat. It wasn't a sniper. Watch. There it is. He runs away with it, but we're not done. There's another character. Thank you so much, Wife School Podcast. What's up, Stephanie? So he runs off. But wait, there's more. He jumped the table, grabbed something, went to the guy, grabbed something else, then ran out in a hurry. We're not done. It gets worse. So now, look at where they started at. So these are the two guys in question. So, because it's two guys, not one. So the guy that jumped off the table is at the bottom of the screen, but then this guy in a black shirt, he does something else. Watch this. So now look at both of them. Charlie Kirk is hit. Pow! Right here. Watch this. Now watch the guy in the black and the guy in the checkered shirt. So the guy in the black is running around and the guy in the checkered shirt is running across the table. Keep an eye on the guy in the black shirt also. So he's jumped over the table. Okay, the guy in the black shirt just ducked down on the other side of the table. So he's crawling. The guy in the black shirt is crawling, right? The two guys see the guy in the black shirt crawling across the side of the table. Then back it up again. He's crawling across the side of the table. Now, the guy in the black shirt, bald head guy with sunglasses, he crawls across the side of the table while the other guy jumps across. Watch the guy in the black shirt. Right here, the guy in the black shirt is now on his hands and knees, crawling across the side of the table. He ducks down right there. Now, they grab something. Now, the guy in the black shirt is getting up. Right here. He got up and runs off. Y'all see that? He just got hell on. Why is he crawling across the side of the table and running off? He just runs the fuck off. They both run off. Why? Because they got the detonator. Their jobs are to grab the detonator after it went off in Charlie Kirk's throat. Now watch this. He's like, oh shit, I got to get the detonator. No, I got it. Don't worry about it. You see how he ducks down? Look, he's down at the side of the table. Why is he over there? So his head pops up right here. He grabs something, put it in his pocket. runs off. Then the other guy grabs something, put it in his pocket, runs off. That's the handoff right there. That is the handoff right there. He gets pop. Pop. And remember I told you, this is how you could tell that Charlie Kirk did not get shot with a rifle. He does not fall out of his chair. You get hit with a rifle, it's going to knock you back. He did not fall out of his chair. The guy behind him in the black pushes him out of his chair. Watch this. He literally pushes him. See? Because they got to get him on the ground in order to take the detonator out of his shirt. Look, he didn't fall. He gets shot and doesn't fall. How can you get shot by a rifle and don't fall? Boom, he gets hit and he's just in his chair because the detonator went off in his shirt and the guy has to push him out of his chair to get him behind the table. Watch this. He pushes him. Put a 1 in the chat if this is proof that he's pushing him out of his chair. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all see this. Because they got to get him on the ground to take the detonator out of his shirt. Boop. Rah! He pushes him. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see him push him. One more time. Rah! He pushes him. Now he's on the ground. Now everybody scatters and, and now they can grab the detonator. Nobody is showing this. Everybody's sitting around, well, I'm an ex-sniper. There's a sniper this, sniper that, sniper. It's not a goddamn sniper. It's a detonating device. I've been saying this shit from day one. Nobody wants to goddamn listen. Send this video to all the sniper dudes so we can shut off all the sniper shit. There's not a goddamn sniper. He pushes them over. Boom. He's on the ground. Now they got to grab the detonator. He hit it right there. Right there. Right there. Boom. Right there. Right there. Boom. Right there. Right there. Boom. Gave it to him. Right there. There was no sniper, y'all. It was an air-actuated pellet discharger. Right here. Boom. Right there. Got it. It was an air-actuated pellet discharger that was placed in his shirt and it posed as a microphone. It wasn't a microphone. So the pellet discharger is sitting here right in his neck, and all of a sudden, boop, because as you can see, he went like this and went like this. If you got shot with a rifle, you would have been like, blue, and you would have fell out of your chair. Okay? He got hit and went like, boop, and went like this. And the guy pushed him out of his chair. There was no rifle. There was no bullet. The thing shot him in his throat, and that's why he went up like that and just went over like this. A rifle bullet would have knocked him out of his chair, and the guy pushed him out of his chair to get him on the ground. So while he's on the ground like this, they could be like, get it. That's what happened. That's what happened. It was an air-actuated pellet discharger that they took out of his shirt and ran away with it. There was no bullet. Right there. Give it to me. Boom. That was a pellet discharger right there. Y'all think I'm crazy. Right there. The air-actuated pellet discharger was the size of this remote control, and it was in his shirt. And that's how they were able to just grab it and hand it off, because they handed off this pellet discharger, and he just ran off once it went off. That's how Charlie Kirk was unalived. This is proof that the sound guy is the person that is the culprit. The sound guy is the person that stuck the pellet discharger in his shirt. Right there. There it is right there. Boom. And this is the reason why the video and sound guy never left the scene, because there was no gun. There was no shot. There was no danger. They had to get them cameras up out of there. Yes, they set him up. And there's a possibility